From Andorra to Alberta, welcome and welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. Thank you so much for stopping by today's episode. Yes, Town Hall 16 is upon us, and Galadon, well, it was time for me to whip out my personalized custom Galadon bases, and yes, we had to test the Southern Teaser at Town Hall 16. And of course, this is not the only base in today's episode. Stick around a little bit later. I will have the most epic base of all time at Town Hall 16 and a huge bounty for those of you that actually dare to use it. And the link is down in the comments. Now, of course, you could subscribe to the channel as well, turn on notifications, be ready for all sorts of exciting content, including getting deeper into the hero equipment in coming days and weeks. I feel like we need to talk about individual pieces of equipment, and well, there's another epic piece coming out relatively soon, I suspect, one for the Archer Queen that has already been leaked. But okay, back to the Southern Teaser base in today's episode, and obviously it is still bound to catch a few players off guard from time to time, but not only is it catching players off guard, grabbing me some one-star defensive wins, but we're seeing a surprising number of players that are failing to crush this, even though we have risen to around 5,500 trophies simply because of the OP seasonal troops we've had for the past couple of weeks, right? Frostmites, come on, get out there with your bags of Frostmites, people. I don't know why these attackers are not doing it. Cookie, fine, that's relatively strong, but nothing like the bag of Frostmites, and it goes away in just a couple of days. It's going to be a sad moment when we lose that forever, but nonetheless, if you are leveling up your Root Riders, you should expect to still have above average success, even if you're like me and have below average skill. But speaking of below average skill, I'm not putting down any of these attackers that are not doing really well against this base. I've failed on a teaser or two myself, okay, or 10 in my time, and obviously it's fun to watch. We're not trying to ridicule anybody, and it happens to the best of us. But let's just say, while this base would fail miserably at really high Town Hall levels, right now we're seeing a lot of less than maxed out attackers getting higher in Legend League, 54, 5,500 and above, with, as you can see here, less than fully maxed out heroes and troops and spells. And I don't know if you can max out an attack strategy, but these players have not done that either. So yes, I will tell you this. Unfortunately, I cannot report that we've had any Legend League 0-star defenses yet. And those are, of course, the really fun thing to see when somebody fails completely, doesn't get 50% or the Town Hall. Offense is just too strong right now in Clash for even the worst of players or the unluckiest of players to fail to get a star. And it's just not something you're going to see every day. Now, we did see every day, and okay, almost every attack, Electro Dragons, right? Come on, people, let's work on a little bit of variety right here. I know E-Dragon spam is strong, but is it really taking over the amateur meta in Clash so severely that nobody else wants to use anything else? And speaking of, how do you influence the quote-unquote amateur meta in the game, right? Because obviously, players like you that are watching videos, you know what's strong. You've watched World Champions, you've watched the qualifiers, you watch videos, but the average player just looks at stuff and says, oh, that's a pretty troop, that looks pretty cool, seems kind of strong, maybe I'll give it a try. They're not out there researching like you are, so how do you influence them? Obviously, E-Dragons have swept the land. Perhaps it's too early for Root Riders simply because we just went to Town Hall 16. And yes, here we go. Once again, another account sending their best E-Dragons, or not quite their best E-Dragons after me again. And yes, they are about to fail. Now, I will tell you this. So just research-wise, those of you that are into statistics, and I only switched over to the Southern Teaser base a couple of days ago, so we just have 23 defenses at around 5,400 trophies in Legend League. Over 1 out of 3 defenses were 1-star, 9 1-stars out of 23. 11 were 2-stars, and then 3 players were able to triple the base, which again, I think is pretty good, but at the same time, I'm shocked at how few players are using what are definitely the strongest strategies, bags of Frostmites and Root Riders. Maybe Root Riders are doomed to be nerfed, but I will continue to use them as much as possible in the immediate future. And There we go. So, I mean, in Legend League, a 1-star defense is huge. No matter the percentage of damage, if the attacker only gets 1 star, they are going to suffer a huge trophy penalty, and that is something you will reap on the defensive side that can help you get higher in Legend League. Again, not that it matters because Legend League is completely pointless, but you never know. There could be a Legend League trophy shop in Clash of Clans future, maybe even in 2024. Just saying. Let's hold out hope. Okay, so yes, a couple more good defenses right here, or bad defenses, however you want to put it. You'll notice that the theme remains relatively similar. People tend to go after the Town Hall thinking that it's kind of an anti-3, it's sitting out on the outside. Maybe they're not expecting this. I think that we get lucky in that a lot of players don't study the base, they just start to attack, and then shortly they receive an unpleasant surprise about how well defended the Town Hall is. Now this was my favorite attack right here, because this seems like a pretty good strategy, right? Come from the opposite side, go on the weak side. There's not a lot of defenses here to slow down Electro Dragons, and indeed, there aren't, and these dragons overrun this base. But like I just said a couple moments ago, 1-star wins, no matter the percentage, you're going to get penalized for those trophies, and it's not going to look good on your log because, well, you'll see here in a moment. This player nearly 3 stars the base, gets all the way down, but rather than facing all of these defenses in the beginning, here they are at the end, and yes, the builders go into town. The Town Hall was at about 10% damage remaining. The Barbarian King too far away to get the job done. Maybe if he were wearing those big old gauntlets, right? Oh man, think about how much more power he would have had with level 27 gauntlets. Oh, maybe he wouldn't have gotten there either way, but there we go. Okay, another 1-star defense. 88% is only a 14 trophy loss. That is a big deal. And you know what else is a big deal? Your opportunity to take home massive Clash prizes by using the use code Galadon base. I'm active on 3 accounts right now. I see hundreds of Town Hall 15 and 16 bases every day. If your base is out there and I find you and you're using this base, for which the link is in the pinned comments, if you're the first one, I'll send you a ton of prizes. I will send you a Stone P.E.K.K.A. statue. I will give you a gold pass, I'll give you a log deco, and I'll send you a Clash of Clans t-shirt as well, if you're the very first one I find. For all of you, any of you, I will send you Stone P.E.K.K.A. statues until I run out, and I have tons of them. So thank you once again, my friends, my fam, my fellow fans of Clash of Clans, for sticking around all the way to the end of today's episode. Get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. Know you are appreciated, and I will see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, am I appreciated too? Do you appreciate pizza $17?